At tonight's Monday Night Dice event, we're going to be using Sideboards, so I wanted to take a quick second to go over the strategy of how we're approaching this. Everyone tonight came with 36 cards in their deck. At the beginning of each round, after seeing your opponent's team and battlefield, you have 2 minutes to go through your deck and select 6 cards with which to remove. This brings it down to a 30-card legal deck, which then you use for that round. At the end of that round, obviously, you put your cards back in, and then you repeat the process for the next round. So we'll see how this goes tonight. Note that you may see players playing with different cards than they were in previous rounds. So that is how we're doing it. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, this is round 1 of our Monday Night Dice sideboard event. At our featured table on the left we have Mike playing Yoda Cassian, and on the right we have Eric playing his Thrawn Snoke. Both of these guys have done well in store championships in the last week. Eric was runner-up 2 weekends ago, and this last weekend Mike took down a store championship at Guardian Games in Portland. So it looks like Mike won the roll-off. He will certainly be choosing his battlefield for that advantage, which he does. So Eric will put his shields on his characters. Looks like he's going with he's going with 2 on Thrawn, it looks like. Mike quickly opens, tossing down that force wave for 3. It goes to Eric. So Thrawn, unfortunately, is bad for TV because it becomes difficult to hear what numbers they're calling out. However, we will do our best to figure it out as we go. Okay, so Eric rolls in Thrawn, gets a shield, and gets 2 shields. And see if we can figure out what he calls. He gets nothing, so he must have called. No, it doesn't matter. He gets nothing. So I see a 2 in there, so he did not call 2. Now Yoda comes in with a focus. We got the dollar on the force wave, and we got a discard on Yoda. Right, down comes Chance Cube on Snoke. Mike focuses to the special, and probably the special. Yep, so special on each. Right, comes Snoke, pays $1 to keep the cube. We get a blank on the cube and $2 on Snoke. So Mike takes $1 and probably a shield here on Yoda. I guess it doesn't matter what character he puts it on because he's about to take it off. So he resolves the Force Wave special to do 3 to Thrawn, 2 to Snoke, and then 1 to Yoda. There we go, there we got it. So yes, Thrawn's net 1 with his 2 shields, Snoke's got 2, Yoda loses his shield that he just took. Play goes back to Eric. I can see a pitch to reroll potentially here. Eric's so used to having focus in this deck, he probably doesn't know what to do. Alright, so that is what he does. He pitches to reroll, does everything. And there's some focus. Otherwise not a good roll, it's a bad roll. But at least he got some focus. In comes Cassian, and Mike rolls really hot with Cassian. He gets a 2 damage and 1 damage. Alright, so we focus. It's a 2 focus, so he focuses Thrawn into his $2, and Snoke probably into more focus. Which he then resolves into the $3 and 2 indirect. Mike puts 2 into Thrawn, and then he will deal an indirect, which goes into Snoke, and then 1 more into Thrawn, and then 1 more indirect. So Snoke's at 4, Thrawn's at 4. Puts the damage into Thrawn. Power actions on Snoke, puts the damage into Thrawn to take money. Now he needs to deal the damage. There he goes. Okay, I was pointed out. I still don't see the damage on Thrawn here. There we go. Okay, it's Mike's play. Mike's done. Yep, there goes the comm tower. Right, $3 more, and now Eric can go to work. I could have seen the argument actually for flipping Snoke into his 2 focus. That way Eric could have focused the vehicles he was going to play. Here comes the tech team, but Eric actually may not have the vehicles. There's a Fang, so for 1-2. And he should have 1 card left in his hand. Unless I did my math wrong. So Eric rolls in on the Fang, hits the shield, puts it on Thrawn. Yeah, he has 1 more card in his hand, but evidently it's not a vehicle. Okay. Going into round 2, Mike has first move. So now that Eric's seen Mike's first hand, he should have a better idea of what to call here. Okay, we get a holdout on Cassian, takes the shield off of Thrawn. And rolls pretty well again. Mike's rolling really well. So he gets a 2 gun on Cassian, a 1 gun on the hidden, and a $1, which he can also very much use with this deck. Got an overconfidence of the 2 range dice. And oops, gonna lose that Cassian die. Okay, so the +2 modifier now has nothing to pair with. Alright, here comes Yoda. So we get a special on Yoda, a special on the Force Wave. And Eric does, I can't see, oh, he pins it down, so it just goes away. But now we've got some Yoda special chaining here, so resolves the Yoda special. Takes a $1, flips. Takes another $1 probably. Yes, he does. And flips Cassian, I'm sure. Alright, so if Eric can somehow do this, he gets out unscathed. Or if he can somehow control that Cassian die, he'll get out unscathed. But he did play 2 control cards out of his hand already, so... I can't, with the glare, I can't see what card Eric just played, but it looks like he just removed that holdout blaster. So he must have played, I think it's Law and Order. I can't remember the name of the card, but it spots a red character, it costs 3, and it drops an upgrade. So I'm sure Mike will claim here with the comm tower and just let Eric do his thing. Unless he wants to wait on control with his $2. Mike does run, so there, okay, so he is gonna hit, he's gonna resolve, he's gonna hit Thrawn for 2 more and then an indirect splash. There we go. Alright, so the one goes into Snoke. So Mike has the $2 left and he passed, so he's got something to play. So Mike does play Beguile in this deck. That's probably what he's got here. But we'll see. So in comes Thrawn. That's way too close, but fair enough. Alright, so I just see an Overconfidence and a Hyperspace jump in there, as well as an Ezra's and I think a Force Illusion it was. Okay, so Eric correctly called 1, gets the only control card that we saw. So aside from playing the Force Illusion, so Mike passes, and another bad roll by Eric. At least he's got the Thrawn focus. But Eric knows exactly what Mike's got now at this point. So there comes the Force Illusion for 1. So it's time to wipe Cassian off the board here. All right. Focus Thrawn to probably his focus. It takes, to his $2. Yeah, that's correct. So it was a 2 focus, 1 of the 2 money, 1 of the 2 focus. Now he's resolving his second focus to flip to the 2 focus. There you go. And then the $3. That 2 focus will help him get his vehicles that he's going to play out. Mike's just gonna claim here, I'm sure, because he knows Eric knows what he has and he can't do anything. So time for Eric to. So yeah, Mike does claim. It's time for Eric to go to work. Gonna take his $5 here. Okay, so he only takes $3, and then he'll play his Hailfire. Should deal Mike an indirect, which Mike takes on Yoda. Hailfire comes in with a 3 gun for 1. Thrawn will take $2. Oh, he's actually going to Snoke to take $4, which puts him at 7. So he needs to put 1 more on. Oh, he needs 1 more. There we go. Okay, we're just trading up on Snoke. So Thrawn should be at 8. There, Thrawn is at 8. Good. And Eric's got another vehicle. Oh, here comes a Pod Racer. Deals an indirect from the Hailfire. Pod Racer comes in with a Disrupt. Rolls in the Fang with a shield. Let's count the cards. So 1, 2, 3. So we saw. So there's a focus. This will go to the 3. He's got an additional focus. But he's leaving it, so he's not resolving it. He wants to take Mike's dollar away. So when Eric moved his hand, we could see what he played. He actually played Fallback, which makes Mike choose an upgrade to keep. So what happened is Eric fell back, Mike chose to keep the Force Wave, and the Hidden Blaster went away. Okay, so it is Eric's decision here. He did resolve the 2 focus. It looks like he's choosing not to flip the Pod Racer, but he may still be thinking about this because he's not acting yet. Taking that dollar away from Mike is not actually that important. So he does not. So he moves on. He puts the 6 damage into Cassian, and then he does disrupt the dollar. Okay, and then that's it. So we will draw up and move into round 3. Mike gets rid of Ezra's and the hyperspace. Dropping the hyperspace is an interesting call here, but I believe that's why Eric disrupted, was so that he couldn't get a quick hit and run, if you will. Although let's remember that hit and run is a red card. All right, Cassian comes in. There's Mike's first bad roll on Cassian, $1 and a blank. pod racer, another pod racer for an indirect. So Mike looks like he's going to put that on Yoda. He's going to trade up for a 3. So Mike is still in the driver's seat here, but he's got to close it out this round or it's probably not going to end well for him. That's a lot of money on Eric's side of the table. So we see Mike has an easy pickings. Aside from Thrawn or Snoke rolling in well, that's probably not going to be all that useful. Okay, so what is Mike's choice here? He's giving it a good thought. He knows he's got to close it out this turn, or this round. He needed Cassian to roll better, because that force wave isn't quite going to... And he must not have drawn a second chance, otherwise I'm sure Yoda would have come in right away. Of course, he does have a dollar showing on Cassian, so he could just take it in second chance here. So he passes. And then Eric can drop the planetary bombardment, which deals... Oh, so he pops the Force Illusion and takes the indirect from the planetary. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 indirect. So 4 cards from the top of Mike's deck. Mike passes again. Comes Thrawn. So he has a all-in, friends and low, 4 speed, and 2 easy pickings. So Eric did not call 1 or 0. He's probably calling 3 for the second chance. That would have been a very good call. So Mike does not roll well. He misses all his flips on Yoda. All right, so Eric spends his last dollar to drop a Force Illusion. Oh, we've got a pitch to reroll here, and easy pickings goes. And there we've got all sorts of fun for Mike. Okay, so we've got a Yoda special, a Yoda disrupt, the 2 indirect on Force Wave, discard on Cassian, money on Cassian. Okay, so we have a power action to take $4, put a damage into Thrawn. Thrawn is now sitting at 9 with a Force Illusion. And it's time for some fun. So here's an all-in. So he gets to resolve all of his dice. So we've got a Yoda for I'm sure a dollar and a flip here. Maybe a shield and a flip. Puts a shield on Cassian. And then he'll flip to the 2 focus. Okay, focuses to the Force Wave special. And I'm sure Cassian will go to a dollar. Or, sorry, a gun. And now he can... Got to do his math. Discards and deals an indirect. It's a best defense. The indirect will probably go into Snoke here. I think that's the right place to put it because the Force Illusion takes 3, and then he's got to commit the Cassian die to get Thrawn. If you put it onto Snoke, you can potentially lose that activation, so I think it's got to go on to Thrawn here. that planetary bombardment is a significant threat to Mike here, because he's going to be out of money once he once he triggers the force wave. So yes, Eric does what I believe was the right play. We will see, but he puts it into Thrawn. Okay, now Mike has to choose which to do first. I think what you do here is with Thrawn at 10, I think you shoot Thrawn and make him pop. I guess it doesn't matter either way. But then you can put more damage into Snoke. But Mike's a very adept player, so let's see what he chooses to do here. I can also see the argument for shooting Thrawn and then taking Thrawn out with the force wave. Alright, so he does. He shoots... sorry, I meant Snoke in that. He shoots Snoke for 2, which will put Snoke at 7, and then an indirect. And he puts the indirect, it looks like, into Snoke. Okay, so he does not. He's going to put it onto Thrawn. Gotta put it somewhere here. Okay, so he puts it onto Thrawn. And now comes the force wave. So we know Cassian will take the 1. So Snoke takes 3, which will put Snoke at 10. Two, he pops. It was this 1. Looked like a fang, and we'll see if we can get a shadow and see what that last card was. And then Cassian takes the 1. And Mike is in trouble here, because Eric has all of his vehicles left to go. And if he has another vehicle, he gets 1 more indirect out of it. And he's got focus and money. And he even has a shield left on Thrawn. At this point, you might pop or bring the, yep, that's what he's going to do. So he's going to activate Snoke. He's actually going to bring the chance cube back and not pay for it. And he gets the focus, which he needs, and a 2 indirect as well. Good turn for Eric so far. Okay, he's going to Frenzen low, see if he can get anything. It does have to be an event. So no events in hand. Actually, there is an event in hand. It looks like a Beguile, but that's not a Frenzen low placeable. And remember, Eric knows what Mike has in hand. So with no dollars and no tricks, I think Eric can just go to work here. So he gets a blank. Oh, that hurts. So the Pod Racer goes back to hand, which is actually good for Eric, because now he can play it and deal an indirect because of the Hailfire. So Mike has not yet claimed. Puts a force speed down on Yoda. Okay, so here comes the Pod Racer, deals an indirect. Which Mike puts into Cassian. So he'll trade up here for good TV. Alright, Pod Racer comes in with the indirect. And at this point, Mike just needs to claim. He's not fooling anybody. Okay, next Pod Racer comes in with a shield. Fang comes in. Looks like the 2-gun on the Fang. There, Mike claims. In comes the, looks like the 2 indirect on the Hellfire. And here comes the big boy, which got the 5 indirect. So Eric's going to resolve indirect, and that should do it. Yep. So game 1, round 1 at our Clash of the Titans table goes to Eric with his Thrawn Snoke vehicles. So join us back shortly for round 2 of Sideboards.